So thank you for joining. Today we're going to be going over a little bit of welcome, some event overviews and logistics, hotel transportation and information, what the agenda might look like, and then speaker responsibilities and resources. But most important, it's an opportunity for you to bring up questions, things that are still unclear, for us to really organize and answer over the next couple of days so that we get this, make this as seamless as possible for all of you. So just quick introductions. Bingwei and I are the chair of this year's 2026 IEEE Cloud Summit. Please follow us on LinkedIn. It makes it a lot, and please also follow IEEE Cloud Summit on LinkedIn. It makes it a lot easier for us to be able to tag you and include you in any of our promotions or posts that we do if we are connected, just how LinkedIn works. So we have a couple of QR codes here. Feel free to connect with us and we will connect back, and then also include you on any kind of posts or emails or communication through LinkedIn. So if you want to know more about me, you can feel free to reach out and ask, and I will spend tons of time talking to myself, but that's not the point of today's conversation, and so I like to stick to the agenda. So Bingwei, do you want to give a little bit more about you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I did not prepare for this. But yeah, hi. So thanks for being here. And I have been running this conference for the 10th year. So I'm glad that we have been expanding so much recently, thanks to Varinka and our team. So I personally, my day job is a machine learning engineer at CVS Health. And then I do machine learning platforms and data platforms. So yeah, great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't think I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bingwei, and I think a lot of other people wouldn't either. This isn't what we hope that this conference will do, and the summit will do for you, is introduce you to a new family. And so that is our goal, for you to share information, for you to learn, and then also be introduced to amazing people that join us in person, that you can stay connected to and expand your network all year round and through your professional career. I think the culture of this summit is really around sharing and family and just feeling comfortable and to kind of share your ideas and so forth, and network with others. So it's not a perfect summit. We will make mistakes. Just know that up front. We're doing the best we can, and it's a nonprofit. Everybody is a volunteer here, and that goes into maybe questions you have around the registration. But we promise you we're doing the best we can, and we are motivated for some reason or another around AI, cloud technology, to just share your thoughts with the rest of the world and your experience and your ingenuity with the rest of the world. And so we try to do the best that we can in that vein. So a little bit more about the summit. It is on the 25th and 26th this year, 26. And it is in Washington Marriott Capitol. The registration link is on the website, which is right here. Feel free to register. I think it's this link. Let's see. Yeah, and so the summit is sponsored and supported by the IEEE registration site. And so although it is a little clunky, it does have a lot of information in it and ask for a lot of information. We use that just to try to help us navigate your preferences, etc. So if you're a member, you log in, and if you're not a member, don't worry. You can just go through non-member registration. And if you have any questions about this registration, please let us know. There are a lot, as I mentioned, there are a lot of of questions here, and you have to fill everything out, it does save it. I went through and I filled it out partially and then went back, and it did recognize with my email, but and pick up where I left off. So no worries there. Let's see. So why don't we just go right here? It is in Washington. We have continued to do it in the DC, Baltimore area because of the connections with policy and regulatory, as well as the very engaging student, young professional group there. So that is why we keep coming back to DC. And we had a great experience with the Marriott last year, and so decided to just continue with that. So more to follow on that. Quick questions or FAQs. Maybe we'll come back to this later. Let me go through the logistics a little bit more. So transportation, you can get there either through planes, trains, or automobiles. I'm going to probably take an automobile. You could take a train to the Union Station in DC. IAD and DCA, I think it's what that should say, not DCO, but DCA are the codes, depending on where you want. One is much closer. It's the one south of DC is much closer. Anybody remember which one that is? I always get mixed up. Let me see. Let me just, oh, thank you, DCA. Great. Let's see. I'm going to open up the chat just so I can see you guys if you have any questions as I go. If you do take the train, the metro, once you get to the station, another reason why we picked that hotel is it's right off the metro line. Or you can Uber, but you just use the metro app. So this is the DC rail, and the Marriott is right, I think, is right somewhere in here. So this is Union, and it's like right over here. It's like 1 or 2 stops. So very, very quick. All right. Next is, what can you expect from a banner? So we are currently, this is last year's banner, obviously. We expect to get these banners out to you. They will be available through Sessionize. So we obviously are using Sessionize for our platform this year. And we will be, let's see, where is it? The speaker banners. We will be uploading the banner here, and so you will be and setting that all up, so it will be available for you to download when you go into your Sessionize profile, and you can download and everything will be there. If there's something incorrect, please let us know. But the reason why we picked Sessionize is because you control the information that is in there about you, your name, your title, etc., including your title of your position, but also of the presentation. So please feel free to update that in your profiles and for the session, and then that should reflect in the banner. As you know, sometimes people make mistakes or they put in the wrong article or something, and so we wanted to give you and empower you with the ability to change your own information as time comes for the presentation. And as we go through this. So this banner will be available and updated, and you'll get an email about that. Probably, if not by Friday, it'll be done by Monday. And so you will be able to go download the banner and share it on any social media platform or email that you'd like. Please inform us and tag us so that we can then repost. That's the one thing, because if we repost and other people repost, then it just brings it to a larger audience. So I'll go through everything and then we can go back and forth with the questions after the fact. Let's see. So the agenda is pretty similar to what we did last year. Your registration is on Thursday. If you're coming in on Wednesday, what's not on this is we have a get together with folks who come in on Wednesday, and we'll share that with you and it's a sponsored thank you for IEEE Young Professionals. So we are gathering on Wednesday evening for a meet and greet prior to the event. But the event itself will start, registration is starts at 8. And then there are the morning sessions, lunch, keynote presentation, probably in the afternoon, with more speaking engagements. And then the reception and networking will be on site at the hotel at 5. The next day, breakfast is served, and more speaking sessions, lunch, more speaking sessions. And then what is offered this year that we haven't done last year is we're doing in-person workshops with AWS. And so you will have the opportunity to register, pre-register for those workshops, and and be a part of those workshops in the afternoon on Friday. Everything will be done in Sessionize. The agenda will also be set up in Sessionize. So as we move over the next week and kind of organize, and it's very much a puzzle. So things may shift, but you will be, all the information will be in Sessionize. If someone can monitor, maybe Lisa, could you monitor the chat? And so that if there's anything I should be paying attention to, let me know and just interrupt me.
It's just a question from me, actually.
Oh, well, what is your question?
Yes, I just wanted, I think Bingwei answered it. It was, it's really about getting the panelists involved in Sessionize and how they access it. Yeah,
That's right.
I just add a placeholder for you for the panel, and then you can edit it and add people. And hope if you can add people, just let me know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bingwei. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa. So some more FAQs. So if I have one or more paper presentations approved, if you do, that is a little anomaly on our end. Please let us know. We only have a few speaking slots, and we love all of your work and your presentations. And if we have approved you for more than one, including presentation versus paper as well, please let us know, and you'll have to pick one.
This is very, very important to know. We had to decline 300 sections. So it's not easy for us to do that. So we would hope everybody who wants to talk have a chance to talk. So if you are accepted with a paper presentation, not a poster paper, okay? So just to be clear, if you have a paper presentation, that will take up a slot, right? Then you also have a sectionized section accepted, then you should decide which one you want to do and withdraw the rest of them. And then we would know, we would then be able to put people in the waiting list to your slot. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. On that same topic, registration is very important. And one of the reasons why we need you to register and confirm is exactly what Bingwei mentioned. We received, I think, over 400 sessions requests, and there are some people, and it was really, really hard to make a decision. We had, I think, over 20 to 30 people involved in the decision-making process around your paper and presentation. So congratulations to everybody who was accepted. But if you cannot attend, or if you just if you decide not to attend, we really would appreciate you letting us know as soon as possible so that we can open up the slot for someone else. So there are a lot of people who are interested in attending and joining in June. So, all right. If additionally, as I mentioned, the agenda will be in Sessionize. Things will move around as we try to accommodate everybody. I'm not a chief happiness officer, but I try, and Bingwei last year, he spent 2 nights, just all-nighters, just trying to reorganize people around cancellations, around their travel delays and so forth. We totally understand that life happens. And so we're going to do our best to make it as seamless as possible, as I mentioned before. But please, but we're going to be doing it in Sessionize. So, and
Monica,
then, Mhm.
sorry, we just had one question that asked they will not be able to attend the get together on the 24th. Is that okay, or is it mandatory?
Absolutely not mandatory. Just lots of fun with beer and food and appetizers. And but no, you do not have to attend.
Yes, for beer.
Yeah, if you want beer, you need to attend.
But we also have beer for Thursday, so don't worry,
Yes,
you're not missing too a lot of beer. Just a few.
If anybody wants to invent how to share beer virtually or digitally, let me know, because I think we would definitely appreciate that. I know Bingway would. So, all right, a little bit more about special needs. So in the past, we have had some people who had unique needs, and we do our best to accommodate. In particular, the special accommodations are tied to the registration process and your food needs. So if you have any allergies or any type of specific food need, totally understand. We want to keep your belly full as well as your mind. And so we just let us know as part of the registration. And if it's not listed in the registration, then let us know directly through the Google Groups, through the ticket. Yeah. Okay. Here is the hotel information. So the Marriott is right here, Capital, right here. And Bingway, I don't know if you knew this, but there is a beer garden right across the street. I wonder if that came into play for the decision of staying at the Marriott.
I went there, yeah.
So if you decide not to stay at that hotel and you want to stay at other hotels, these are some of the other hotels that we have around the area that are part of Hilton and Wyndham, etc. So, but the hotel that the summit will be at is at the Washington Capitol Hill Marriott, which is right here. The reservation link will be available. It was emailed to you. We will keep throwing it out to you. That is over here. You will get a link. Oh, hold on, it timed out. 1 second. Hyperlink. Does it work? Ooh. The only thing I would have to say is it won't work. For some reason, they said the 20 for 4 nights. It's actually, you have to do this where you have to click on this and change it to the 2 nights, because the special promo is only for those 2 nights. You just hit done, and then you check the availability, and it should work. We have limited availability. When you select this, it will show that you are paying for it, but it needs a credit card, right? So you have to put in a credit card or be signed into your Marriott account. Although it's taking your credit card, to my knowledge, you don't get charged until you actually spend the night. In this process, I also did not see the cancellation policy, but we were told that the cancellation policy is the same as the other as their other rooms. So I will make sure that this is clarified and with the hotel, and I will send an email to everybody letting you know what the cancellation policy is. But you should not be charged until you get there, or until after the cancellation timeline. So please go in and register for this great room, because right now I think it's $400 to $500 a night otherwise. Any questions about the hotel and chat?
None.
Okay, thanks. Speaker responsibilities. Yay, my favorite part. Okay, so be prepared, obviously. Submit your presentations. We were going to do it to IEEE form. We actually are going to do that to Sessionize. So you're going to submit your presentations in Sessionize. That is, I believe, available as part of your profile and your session. And we will have a little bit more detail on the Sessionize presentation process, and maybe even have a little video that we can connect if you have any other questions around that. Arrive an hour earlier at least. We obviously want you to attend the entire summit. I was upset last year because I was, running around chairing, and Bingwei was as well, and did not have a chance to see some of the amazing speakers and the presentations and the ingenuity that is being shared with everybody. So I would highly recommend that you just assume that you're going to want to watch and go to other sessions. There is a little bit of technical help available, and that will be early morning. So please come prepared, and we will be happy to help you. Bring your own computer as a backup, and then we could hook it up to HDMI. And we will have two cords, probably HDMI to HDMI and then HDMI to USB-C. But we do not have dongles available, so bring your dongle if it's needed. The presentations, last year we tried to record, and it really distracted us from the focus, which is your presentation and the engagement of the audience with you. And so although the presentations will be streamed live, they will not be recorded. And if you want a recording of your presentation, what we recommend is that you pre-record your presentation in PowerPoint or however you want, and then we are happy to load it to our YouTube site and present it, and you can then use that to promote after the fact or before, however you want to do that. But happy to host your YouTube pre-recorded presentation. It's actually a lot better. Last year, we had some people wanting to share their presentation that had been recorded, and there's background noise. There's people coming in and walking around and so forth. And here if you have it done prior, pre-recorded, we'll take it and it will be perfect. So any questions?
Yes, from me again.
Yep.
Okay. Will pictures be taken so that the speakers can self-promote on their social media networks?
That is a great question, and I would say yes. We try to take as many pictures as possible. So,
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So around your time slot is 25 minutes. We need the 5 minutes to be courteous to the next people and to shift and to plug things in and to make sure that everything works. So we will cut you off after 25 minutes. We're working on getting maybe a little thing that tells you how much time you have. Every room will have a chair. So our track chairs were excited, but also generous enough to stay in that room and manage that room from a speaker engagement and the presentation perspective. So you will have someone kind of moving you along. Sorry if we cut you off, but we need to keep this on track. And then what I would suggest is that you take your presentations and your questions and so forth, and you meet with the people who are interested in talking more with you outside at the later time. Any questions about the time slot?
Hi, I have a question. So it's not, so I have an industry presentation that I was selected for, but I also have like a paper that was selected, and I'm gonna have to present that as well. Are they similar? Are they both 25 minutes? It's my first time attending, so I'm not sure.
That's great. So going back to this specific FAQ right here. If you have more than one paper presentation, industry presentation approved, please let us know. And so, Rakesh, please reach out to Bingwei so
Okay.
that he can make sure to consolidate that.
Okay.
So yeah, so for one paper and one industry presentation,
Mhm.
only way we can make an exception is if you have two speakers, and then one of them will present a paper and one of them will present a speaker.
Okay.
And then yeah, but for your question, what is your so if it's just they're both
So both of them are 25 minutes. Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Then no, sorry, paper. Going back to paper,
Mhm.
paper is only 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. That is the the convention right now at academic conference.
Yeah.
Is you only have 20 minutes for your paper presentation. Yeah. And you need to have a few minutes for Q&A also.
Okay. So the paper presentation is 20 minutes and
Yeah,
then
paper presentation is 20 minutes and industry presentation is
25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Got it.
But in
Thank-
general, so because otherwise it would be very, very hard to schedule. I think the slots are going to be 25 minutes consistently, but we'll get back to you if it's 20 and 25 minutes. We'll get back to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Join the Slack. So we have a Slack channel somewhere here. Hold on one second. I need to find it. Where it is. Okay. So the Slack channel right here, it's IEEE Cloud Summit 2026 Slack. Please join it because this is where you'll have opportunity to engage with other people. You'll be able to put your information in and share all of your details in there. So please join our Slack channel and you'll also get updates as well. So,
Marinka, you have another question waiting for you.
perfect.
Hi, I have a question about the industry presentation. As this is for 25 minutes, I was wondering if there are any instructions on how do we break it down for like content versus Q&A. So are speakers like supposed to, present for a certain amount of time, but definitely leave, let's say like ending 5 minutes for audience to ask questions?
Sure. So I'm not going to tell you how to present your information because you are the person who knows your information. And also, you're coming here, you're paying to come here to share. And so I'll put that on you. If you want to talk about yourself during the entire presentation, we highly recommend not, but I guess that's your prerogative. What I would do is break it up in your present. As much as you can talk about your presentation and about your topic, that would be great. And then allow for 5 minutes. So 20-minute presentation and 5 minutes for an engaging conversation with people. But if your presentation is more engaging, then maybe you take your questions as you go through your presentation. It's up to you how you want to use that 25-minute time slot.
Got it. That
Yep.
makes sense. Thanks.
As you go through, if you have any questions or if you would like guidance, so some of the things that we've seen in the past is that, to be quite honest, we have seen amazing intellectual work being presented, but the presentation style, and both from visually as well as from speaking, was not reflective of the level of amazing of the topic itself. And so if you need help with that, if you feel like presenting isn't really your forte and you'd like some help, let us know and we might be able to help you out. Okay. Because we know that that's important, right? You go into, everybody's gone into a presentation, it's an amazing topic and the guy, or the girl talks like this, or, and there's, and we just lose them. And to me, that's more of just being able to have feedback ahead of time so that, because I say words like and like, and and stuff all the time, but I don't quite know that until someone gives me feedback. So we're happy to help you out there. We're a family. So Slack channel, and then we will have emails coming. We don't email you just to email you. So if you see an email from us, please read it. Please read it thoroughly. Please follow the directions. It's important. We promise not to spam you with email. We probably should send more emails, but we don't. So that's all I have to say. We do have an HTML page that we will be placing on the web. Where is that? On our website. That's just for you. It's a hub of information that we will be placing here so that it's a easy place for you for reminders, for dates, for hotels, for links, and all of that. It has a little bit more about how we're going to structure our day. This isn't up yet because we want to make sure that we don't have any misinformation or typos on here, but it will give you everything, including like what the location looks like, what to expect, the layout of the building, parking, and so forth. If there are any questions, if you have any questions that aren't answered here, well, guess what? We want to answer them and put them here because this will be our source of truth so that you can always just go back here, one click, you can save it, and it'll be easy for you. Okay.
Hi, Marinka. This is Krishna. Yeah, I joined late. Yeah, I'm presenting one topic. So, what is this water requirement? Is it only needed for the remote people? I'm nearby DC, so I don't need to book any water, correct?
Hotel, yes. So obviously the hotel is just if you need a place to sleep.
Okay.
You can stay at any hotel you'd like. And but
Okay.
yeah, we just wanted to make it so that it, we know how hotels work and how they could be $60 one day and $600 another. So we just wanted to offer the best rate we can for all of you.
Okay, and also like my session could be on one day, right? Not on 2 days. So should I attend both days or only on a required day?
So I'm going to answer you should attend both days because
Okay.
both days are going to be chock full of amazing information.
Okay.
But we also know that you have a lot of things to do, family as well as work. And so if you cannot attend both days, we just ask that you come in as early as possible in preparation for your session, at least an hour before, and try to get there.
Okay. Thank
Attend
you.
as much as you can. So
Thank you. Yeah.
yes, of course. All right. So what are your responsibilities prior to the summit? We want to promote you and we want you to promote you and vice versa. So what we would suggest is follow IEEE Cloud Summit on LinkedIn. We don't do a lot of social media. That's mostly where we post. If there's another place that you really think that we should be posting, please let us know. We have the IEEE network. There are plenty of meetup places, and things. So, but we are very excited to expand the awareness around this summit. So if there's any place that we aren't posting and you think we should, please let us know. That I do believe in. We need you to make sure and confirm that your bios, your photos, and your presentation slides and all the descriptions associated with your presentation in Sessionize are up to, are perfect. We will be creating a brochure, a physical brochure that is going to be available. It won't have the agenda in there because of last minute changes, but it will have information, a paper copy of information available about you that we will be sharing with everybody else, all the other attendees. So please, and that source of information is going to come from your Sessionize session. So please make sure that that's up to date. Your photo, whatever photo you want to use, is in your profile. Any of your links for LinkedIn and contact and everything like that in Sessionize. That's why we picked the tool. Okay.
Monica, the banner, are we going to release a new template before
Yes.
we post? No.
Yep. So last year our banner looked like this. And so this is what it looked like last year. What it's going to look like this year is not yet available. TBD. It's going to be out either Friday or Monday this week. And you'll get an email from us saying your banner is ready and it's for posting.
And there's a hand question, you know.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to ask, since we submitted the session title and abstract back in December, the topic has evolved quite a bit. Do we just make changes in Sessionize to get it picked, or do we need to go through another approval process?
I am so excited to tell you, you could just go into Sessionize and change it. You don't have to email us. You don't have to track us down. You don't have to get me on the phone to make the changes. I don't have to make the changes. I don't have to find and look through emails to find if you want to make changes, because you could just go in there and change it.
Awesome. That makes it easy for everyone, I guess.
Yeah, one thing we love Sessionize is self-service, but we do ask you to not completely change to a different topic. But if you have more things to add, that is even better. Yeah, just add more content or improve the topic. Well, you know, because a few months definitely there are a lot of changes. Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to take in all the new things that have happened over the past few months.
Perfect. All right, let's see. So update your information in Sessionize, bios, photos, presentations, and then repost. Even if it's not you, if you see someone else's post and promo, please repost that and say how you're excited to present with them and promote yourself as well. Because you know how the algorithm works. The more that, you know, and if you do know how the algorithm works, please let me know, because it changes every day. And if you want, you can load your presentation to Sessionize. We'll have an email explaining that in more detail. So if you have, just to avoid, you know, questions. And then once we get the all those questions answered, we will go and update this HTML around presentation submissions and materials. So again, the process is, you ask us questions that we haven't answered yet. We answer them, we learn from them, and we put them in this HTML page for others or for you to view.
Marinka, we have one question in the chat and one question from the audience.
Sure. Yep, audience member.
My question was around industry presentation again, right? Like I mentioned earlier, I have an industry presentation, I have a paper, and we are two authors. So would you recommend one does industry and one does the paper, or do we co-present both? Like what have you seen work the best in the past?
So paper.
Yeah.
For paper, traditionally only one person present is enough, because normally one also will travel. But if you both are there, it's up to you to decide. And then, so it's not, for industry presentation, it does work better for if you have two people present. Yeah. And, yeah.
Okay, so paper, you're saying what recommended is like one person, but for industry, we could do two. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So in terms of your emails that you're going to be receiving, obviously you received the accepted speaker email, and then we also have sent the hotel information, speak, meet and greet. If you weren't able to attend this is for the recording. We will be having another session probably in June in case you want to come back, in case you have further questions or new questions that you wanted to ask, or in case you wanted to meet and greet the people that are on the call. And then we will also send out the email about the banner being available. And then you will probably get an email with this link that says, go to this link for all questions and information about logistics. So if any of this information is confusing when you go to this site, you will please give us feedback, and we're really open to good feedback and updating how we communicate and what we communicate. So otherwise, that's it. Any questions? I know we've had many, but any additional questions? I think there was one in the chat.
There's 3 in the chat.
Okay, why don't we take those for now?
Yeah, I can go first. My question is regarding the final presentation submission deadline.
Mhm.
I know it was posted as 5/24 in the chat, but I'm still waiting for some internal approvals. So what's the guidance here for the final presentations?
That's a great, I'm going to update the website for that. So I believe our final presentation information, actually all the information that is in Sessionize should be done before June 1st. So please update it within the next 2 weeks, is it? A week and a half? It doesn't have to be perfect, but what we do, because we're creating a paper agenda that is going to be chock full of information that you can share with people and they could take home, we need all of that, all of your bios and your title and your session details to be updated. Now, your session description, right? Please limit it to a certain, I think it's 250 characters or words or something that I can get back to you on, because we just have limited paper space. So, so there is a limited space, and in the agenda, in the brochure, you'll have your information, your title, and the description. We will not place in the book and brochure when you're presenting, but it will be a reference so that people can look at the agenda and then reference the book based on that.
So sorry to jump in, but what about the final presentation? Maybe that's what I was really thinking.
So the information has to be updated and finalized for the brochure by June 1st, right? And then for the final presentation, the earlier the better. And I understand, and I have been a culprit of changing my presentation the day of. So I totally get it. Especially when people come and say, hey, Marinka, are you going to present today? And I didn't even know I was presenting. So that's a day of change, right? We totally understand. We just, the earlier, the better, because then that helps us help you. We've had in the past where the presenter changed his presentation that day of or the night before, and we couldn't get it to show on the screen because we just didn't have, it was too much technical things, and then his 25 minutes was a technical debacle. We'd rather hear about your ingenuity than deal with wires and stuff. So Khushbu?
Yeah, so just a follow-up on this. So it seems like that June 1st is the deadline for all type of presentations, including for the industry speakers. At least the first version needs to go in, but what if we still need to make some edits while there will be still a few weeks for the actual conference. So we make those edits and update it in Sessionize so that you have the correct and updated version, or are we using our own laptops there to present, connect to the system there, so we can also just edit last night and rely on that version?
That's a great question, and I think you answered your question. So Yes, June 1st is wonderful. Yes, if you have any changes, please update it in Sessionize. And in terms of bringing a laptop, I always like a contingency plan. And so although I believe we will have laptops in every room and we will be able to present for you, please bring I would bring your laptop, and I would also bring an HDMI hookup if you have it. We will not have dongles. We will, but we will have an HDMI connection, HDMI to HDMI, and probably HDMI to USB-C.
Okay, makes sense.
Any recommended formats, like, because you're saying if you're going to present that?
So what we have seen is PDF, Google
Thank you.
Slides, and PowerPoint. PowerPoint seems to work the best. Google Slides is clunky. I would have it in whatever structure you want, because and PDF is terrible because it doesn't really do slide to slide. It just scrolls. So
Yeah, so PowerPoint or Google Slides are both okay. You need to be aware we have a lot of Google presenters here that are used to Google Slides.
Mhm.
So it's fine. With Google Slides are totally fine.
Yeah.
You can also cover it in PowerPoints, right? Yeah.
I know people are using Canva now to do presentations. So what I would say is that if you have we are prepared to share your presentation through PowerPoint via the PowerPoint app, and then the Google Slides will be done through the Chrome browser, obviously. But I have had experience that when you download Google Slides to PowerPoint, it doesn't work very well, and vice versa. It kind of shifts the look and feel and the links. So just pick one, and then we'll be able to show it in its native place. Any other questions? I see a hand raised. Divyesh?
Yeah, thanks. So I do see the sessions are spread across 2 days. So how would I come to know that which is my exact time slot when I need to do my presentation? And is it in the breakout rooms or it's in the main dais? Or how it works? Because it's for the first time, so I'm not aware about the process.
Great. Everything is going to be done in Sessionize, and so when your session has been scheduled, which is estimated to be sometime in the first week of June, you will get an email, and you can go into Sessionize and see the when it is scheduled.
Okay, and it's in the breakout rooms or it's like common together? How it works?
So we have let's see if I can find this 1 second. We have the hotel has, the hotel has 4 breakout rooms. So
Okay.
I don't know why this is. We will be, there's a main ballroom and then 4 breakout rooms. And then we also have an expo room. And we can talk a little bit more about the expo room the next time we meet. But that's where the posters will be presented. And that is where we will have dedicated time for you to walk through and either view posters or for the poster presenters to share their presentation with the attendees.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
I have a quick question. What would be like the daily schedule of the conference? Is it gonna be like 9 to 5, something like that?
That's a great question. So the specifics of that will be shared in the HTML page. However, it is also in the presentation that I just did, which is here. So you can expect that the agenda for the conference Wednesday night is a get-together that is not required, but highly recommended. And then 8 a.m. is when the registration starts on Thursday. And that will continue through to 5 p.m. with reception. And then The next day, we will have breakfast at 8:30, and that will continue through to 5 p.m. on Friday. Why do I want to stay for the entire session? Well, first off, there's beer at 5, so we all know how Bing Wei and I feel about beer, so I would just stay. Second, we are a nonprofit, and I know that there are all kinds of different conferences at all kinds of different prices, but we wanted to make sure that we fill your belly as well as your minds. So we do have a breakfast in the morning, and we have a lunch. It's going to be a buffet lunch that accommodates as many people's dietary needs as possible. You know, so there's going to be food for you, and that's part of what you're paying for as your registration fee, is the food and the drink and so forth to support us all for the 2 days. There is also something that we're doing now that is different from in the past. From 3 to 5 on Friday, we are doing an in-person workshop with AWS. You're going to get an email on that over the next day or so. Let me see if I have that. Oh, I don't know. 1 second. It is here, right here. So there's 2 workshops that are being available to you. How is that different than doing a workshop online? Well, I know we can get free content online and free education online. These workshops are going to be on 2 topics. One is generative AI fine-tuning with Amazon SageMaker and Amazon Bedrock. And then also getting started with Strands agents, okay? And so these 2 we're gonna have 2 rooms dedicated where you're gonna bring your computer, you're gonna have an account, and there's going to be Amazon experts there to help you through these 2 topics and to actually take you step by step through the process. So if any of these things interest you, which I can't wait to go. And they'll be there. You'll be working alongside your new colleagues and friends from the summit. It's going to be a great session, and it's going to be hands-on. So that is something that's new. We also are going to be doing a panel discussion around voices in tech. Lisa, are you on still?
Yes, I am.
Would you just give a 1-minute description around the Voices in Tech panel and who's coming, just so that people know?
Sure, happy to. So on Friday's panel, our topic is career resilience in tech, navigating the future state. We have 5 women who have pivoted and reinvented their way through tech, healthcare, government, and others. Will get moments and we'll ask questions about their careers, how people opened the door for them to, transition to a different field, and also how to stay relevant in agentic AI. So there's a lot to be covered. There'll be 40 minutes of the panel discussion with 20 minutes of Q&A for the audience to ask questions. So it sounds pretty exciting. Can't wait to facilitate it.
That's great. Great. The panelists are women. My personal opinion is that I have seen and worked with leading teams and people who just, it doesn't matter what gender you are or where you come from. Sometimes it's nice not only to get confirmation of your feelings around your work engagement, and then also get support and ideas about how other people have navigated through not being an insider in your work environment, right? Whether it's a language barrier, whether it's just thinking differently, whether it's cultural. I think that's why we called it Voices in Tech, is because we really think that you'd be surprised how many people share, I guess, hesitation around empowering themselves in corporate and in this industry. And I'm very excited to learn from the panel. The outside of the workshop and the panel, we also have a keynote. Bingwei, do we have information about the keynote yet?
He had to leave early.
Oh, he had to leave early. Happy to
Yeah.
share more information about the keynote as soon as we have that up and running. Okay. Any other questions? Great. Well, awesome. If you have any other questions, please send them through the Google chat, or also you can connect with me directly through LinkedIn or Slack. Does everybody know how to get into Slack? Raise your hand if you don't. All right. All right. Well, then I will let you go, and this will be recorded and we'll share it, and you can listen to all your questions all over again. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Can't wait to see you in, hold on one second, probably just over a month. So